So it's Wednesday, August 10th. It's about 8:50 in the morning. So third day back in a row at Wade Creek, and I'm still looking to catch that magic action window that I'm hoping is around 3 or 4 feet. I was just looking at where those people were camping, and yeah, they kind of left a little mess. So I see garbage and stuff, so that's unfortunate. Fishing conditions are, I want to say swell energy is around 300 to 400. High tide is still about 3.5 to 4 hours away. I was looking to come back at a lower tide around 3 feet or 4 feet. I missed it yesterday by about 45 minutes. I think I was a little late, but I got bites on my out of my first 6 casts yesterday. I had bites on 5 of them, so I'm hoping I can duplicate at least the first part of my trip yesterday. Second part was pretty dismal, as I only had 1 bite after 7 casts. So headed down to the south, gonna go directly to my first landmark to start fishing there. But this is about the tidal height I think I want, because yesterday these rocks were totally covered. No, not totally covered, but the surf was washing up to them right up here, and now you can see how much open beach there is. What else? Temperature is about 60, so it's very pleasant. There was a slight breeze today, about 5 miles an hour, but it's not bad at all, and it's actually, you know, keeps the temperature down a little bit. Catch conditions actually look pretty good. I want to say swell height's about 3 to 4 feet. It looks pretty low. Get a fish today. Yesterday was a skunk. 2 days ago I fell in. I had 2 fish though. What I do when I always hit the beach is I start reading the surf. So this is just close to the creek. I'll hold my camera up a little bit higher. But you see that white foam out there, the crashing waves I'd like to cast to. And then all this dark water here. And then just these really tiny breaking waves just in front. So this looks pretty dead water to me. So that's why I'm heading down to where all the white foam is, closer to the shore. Okay, so anyway, that's how I start scouting the beach as soon as I hit it. So this is my first cast, but what I noticed right away is that being closer to the ocean floor, or, you know, further out because it's lower tide, I'm getting snags now. Oh man, oh yeah. I'm getting snags now with a lot of rocks on the bottom. So I didn't expect that. This is my 3rd cast, and every single cast, I'm hitting rocks as soon as it lands. And as I pull it all the way in, very few sandy spots. So I got a feeling I came a little too early, because I was not running into rocks the last 2 days. No action yet, but like I say, I'm just fighting the rocks. I'm keep moving south. I'm hoping to find a sandier, oh, just got a bite. I'm hoping to find a sandier place. I just had a tiny bite. So I'm still drifting south, trying to find non-rocky places, but I still haven't found one. This is my 4th cast, but catching conditions here look a lot better. I just don't like all the rocks I'm running into. It feels like I'm gonna snag and lose my rig. I kept moving south, and I'm down to my 2nd landmark already. This is only my 4th cast. I don't usually move that much, but here's another snag. But I keep running into these rocks. Okay, so this is my 6th cast. I've only been here like what, 20 minutes, I think. But I've been really trying to avoid snags. So this is the first area I found where the bottom is sandy. I'm not hitting rocks all the time, and I'm south of my 2nd landmark now. So this is the furthest south I fished this year at Wade Creek. I was surprised at how many rocks there were. So I think I came, like I said, a little too early when the tidal height was too low, giving me access to those all those rocks. So I'm way south now, and now the bottom is really sandy. I can tell there's a huge difference, and catch conditions here look really good. So I'm hoping this is going to change my luck. It's interesting, I didn't really feel a bite, but my bottom natural is gone in half. Did I get it? I think I got it. This is a cast right after my worm disappeared. As soon as my rig hit the water, got the bite. Yep, red tail. First one, finally. Oh, it just came off in the surf. I saw it though. It was about a 10-incher. All right. I don't know if that counts, since I didn't get it in my hand and measure it. All right, so I don't know if that counts, since I didn't get to pull it up and put it in my hand. But it was nice being able to finally hook a fish and bring one in half an hour. I think that was about cast 7 or 8. Like I say, I was casting a lot when I first got here because I was trying to avoid snags. Bait fish out there somewhere because there's these two, I don't know if they're herons or cranes or what, but they keep dive bombing into the waves. So there's got to be something to eat out there, it seems like. After my hookup, just got another bite, although I've had to wait a long time to get this bite. And it was just a small, and bam, 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 bam. I only felt one bite, but both my naturals and my camos bitten in half. But like I said, I only felt like 3 small taps. Here about 50 minutes now. I'm guessing I got in about 10 to 12 casts. And other than the one hookup and a couple of bites, action's been really slow. But I'm guessing my first 15 or 20 minutes, you know, I was moving pretty rapidly away from my first landmark because of all the rocks that I was snagging into. But I'm gonna start heading my way back to the parking lot and just probably call it a day. It's my 3rd day in a row. Slow action last 2 days. So I think I'll just wait and come back a different day. Very pleasant today though. Last 3 days have been really nice days to fish. So right now, I'm just south of my 2nd landmark right here. And like I say, this is like the furthest south I have fished Wade Creek this year. I mean, I can even, probably can't see it, but I can even see the 2nd parking lot, which is really not normal for me. So those birds keep dive bombing into the water, and they've been doing it for like a half an hour now. Also too, since the tide started coming in, I can tell you that wave action is so much better than it was when I first got here. 2nd fish. I'm still down next to my stall. Yeah, I see it on the top of the water. See if I can actually bring it in this time though. Top natural. Nope. I guess this one counts since I landed it. Save my worm. And it is, yep, 10 1/4 on top natural. And so it seems like the last 2 days they've been going after the natural worm. All right, so I don't know, does that count as 1 1/2 or 1 3/4 landed? But that officially breaks the skunk since I actually held that one. 55-minute fish. I think the first one was 30. So fish every half an hour. Not very good in my opinion. Just got another bite right after my last fish and got another fish. So this will be number, like I say, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, I don't know. Looks like action might be picking up. Take another couple more casts. I'm guessing, oh man, it came off again. Plumber, God. But bottom natural. Man, that one came off about 10 yards away. Casts in a row with 2 hookups, so that's a good sign. Both were on the natural. One was on the top hook, that's where I got my fish in, and the one that just came off in the surf here was on the bottom natural. It's 3 bites in a row. That one was a good one, and I missed it. So 4th cast in a row, got another bite. So that's 4 casts. I'm still in the same spot, just right at my 2nd landmark. It was 4 bites in a row. Again, my bottom natural's gone. 5 or 6, I can't remember. But again, bites 5 casts in a row now. I'm pretty sure this is cast 5. Cast 5 in a row now with bites. This is the 3rd hookup, if I can get it in. I've already lost 2 at my feet. And, oh, it's on the middle camo. And both my naturals are bitten. So, you know, action's pretty good. Fifth cast in a row with a bite. So action's all of a sudden getting really good. And again, all 3 baits got taken. Although I only felt 1, well, I guess I felt 2 bites. Okay, this is so 10 1/4, 10 1/2 incher. Just still dive bombing. So it's probably, oh, got another, and that was a decent bite. But those birds probably have been doing it now for close to an hour. But man, that was a nice bite. So that's 6 casts in a row, and that was a really good bite. But you know, this was the kind of action I was hoping to have the last 2 days. After 3 days ago, I fell in, but I was getting a bite on every cast like right now. But that was a really good bite. again, the wind's picking up, so it's getting close to leaving time for me, even though action's getting really good right now. This would have been 7 in a row with bites. So I'm gonna take that as a sign to start heading back to the parking lot for real. I already started once, but then I got that fish, and man, the last half an hour or 20 minutes has been really good action. Caught 2 fish. I want to say had 1 other hookup, maybe 2 other hookups, but had bites on 6 casts in a row, and I had a couple of really big bites in those 6 casts. Parking lot, first cast to the parking lot, and this probably feels like the best fish I've had. So I'm right at my second landmark. So I was just south of my second landmark just a little bit ago. Yeah, this one's better than the first 2. And again, it's a natural. I went to 3 naturals too. 11. So I want to say that's fish 3. If you remember when I first started fishing, I made the guess I came a little too early. Well, I think I'm proving my point now, because I'm getting all my action after I've been here, what, 45 minutes to an hour. So the reason why I thought I came early is because I could feel all the rocks down where I was fishing out my first landmark. But if I had come 45 minutes later, this is the action I would have been facing. Back to the parking lot. I'm back to my first landmark. And if you remember this morning when I was fishing here, I could feel all kinds of rocks go clankety clank, you know, on my weight. But you can see now that the rocks on the beach, water's coming up that high. And so as it pushes me back, it takes me away from the rocks. So I don't feel any rocks right now. So this is the place I was trying to fish this morning, but luckily it forced me south, where I just had a great half an hour, 45 minutes of action. Okay, so I'm still making my way back to the parking lot, but again, it's just interesting how the beach fishes as the water height changes. So all I feel is sand right now. Oh, those birds are still dive bombing. My last 3 casts walking back to the parking lot, but the main thing I wanted to check was to see if I was hitting sandy bottom or rocky bottom again. And so with tide coming up, all I hit was sandy bottom. So pretty interesting that at low tide, it's like Snag City. You know, not low tide, but lower tide, but it's Snag City. And when the tide comes up, then pushes you up the beach, and then it's just all sandy bottom. Been here an hour and 50 minutes. I would say the last 45 are definitely the most productive. When the action started turning on, I got like 3 fish in that time frame, I want to say, with 1 or 2 other hookups. I got bites quite a few casts in a row. Interesting that they were mainly going after the natural worm today, although I did catch one on the camo. Action was pretty decent there at the end, and you know, I was hoping I could find a good window of fish activity. So you know, I guess I kind of accomplished my goal today. 3rd day in a row. I've been trying to duplicate my results from 2 days ago, but when I went down and was getting action just about on every cast. So did it for a while, and I quit as I was still getting fish and bites. Again, hour and 50 minutes, 3 fish, 2 to 3 other hookups, and I had bites on quite a few casts towards the end. First half an hour, 45 minutes was a dud. And again, I was trying to avoid all the snags right where I wanted to fish. But it was kind of good because it forced me further south, where I ended up getting all my action next to my second landmark. 3 days in a row is enough. This is actually my 41st trip to fish. And last year I did about 70. You know, I'm kind of on track to hit 70 again this year. Come back to the car. I realized my definition of a good day is probably unrealistic, because my definition of a good day is getting action on your very first cast, and it doesn't stop until you leave. You know, about 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. So that's probably unrealistic. So today was pretty good. I just got to lower my expectations to reality.